LAUSD preparing for what they call the unfortunate reality of a 3-day strike. It could run from Tuesday through Thursday. It's at least happening tomorrow, as 11th hour negotiations with the Service Employees and Teachers Union have failed. For more, we are joined by Congressman Adam Schiff of Burbank, of course, is running for U.S. Senate. And tomorrow, you are set to rally alongside picketing union members. Congressman, good to see you.
Good to see you.
So you're going to be on the side of the union out there. We know that the Democrats traditionally are on the sides of the unions, but there are some parents that say, who's on the side of the kids? That kids who already have missed so much instruction time because of the pandemic are now going to miss days because of this, and they're frustrated by this happening. What do you say to those parents?
Well, I share the frustration. I'm a parent myself, and my kids, although they're older now, went through the public school system, and I know what an imposition it is when kids can't be in school. But I'm also one of those parents that believes that we ought to pay people who are doing some of the most important work of looking after our kids in school, and we shouldn't be paying them poverty wages. These employees are making an average of $25,000 a year. How can you possibly live in Los Angeles on $25,000 a year? Is that really what how we support our schools? I think the answer is no. I think most parents would agree we shouldn't be paying our people at school less than poverty wages. So I share the frustration of parents that kids are going to miss school, but the bigger frustration is why they're missing school, and that is we just have not been investing in the kind of school resources that we need to. We're not giving people a chance to even earn a living that are looking after our kids in Los Angeles, and that just isn't right.
But you know how limited funding has been for schools traditionally. You know what the government budget's like. Where do you get the extra money? Because the district is saying, we don't have it.
Alex, I don't buy the idea that in Los Angeles, California, in the United States of America, that we can't afford to pay people who look after our kids in school, cafeteria workers who drive our kids in their buses, that we can't pay them above poverty. I just don't buy that. I think we can afford to make sure that folks can earn a decent living, that the economy can work for everyone, including school bus drivers, including school cafeteria workers, including teacher aides. We can do better than this, and we're going to have to do better than this. I think we should be compensating our teachers better as well. They're doing some of the most important work there is. Yeah. So, this has to be a priority, I think, for all of us. When I was in the state legislature, I sat on the budget subcommittee on education, and we had the resources to do better. We have to do better again, and it starts by paying our people more than poverty wages.
All right, I want to talk about another issue that you're, of course, always sort of in the middle of. We know you've been so prominent in the investigations over the years of Donald Trump. You were the impeachment manager. Some pretty serious, intense issues that you investigated him on. Now, this real possibility that he could be indicted this week for payments to a porn star. To Stormy Daniels, who he may or may not have been having an affair with, and that his lawyer paid as hush money back in 2016. Of all the issues and of all the things that he's being investigated for, is this the one where we really should go all in on? And what do you say to people who think that this is sort of small potatoes and not the issue to go after him on?
Well, first of all, I never failed to be amazed at what we're talking about, and that is that we had a president of the United States paying off a porn star to keep silent about their affair. And this person is still potentially the party leader for one of America's two great political parties. But beyond that, look, I think you're right. The most serious charges here are the charges that the Justice Department is contemplating, and that is Donald Trump's role in inciting a violent attack on the Capitol. His efforts to overturn a free and fair election. Those are the most serious charges, and I think if the Justice Department had moved with greater swiftness and a greater sense of urgency, that prosecution would have gone forward first, and that would have, I think, been best for the country. But nonetheless, this is potentially the first charge. There may be others in Georgia and others with the Justice Department. The most dangerous thing, though, Alex, is to allow a president or former president to be immune, to be free to violate the law, to hold them to a different standard than we would hold anyone else, and anyone else would be prosecuted.
So you, as a former prosecutor, would prosecute him for this case?
If the grand jury in Manhattan has found probable cause to believe that Donald Trump committed a crime and that they can prove it, then yes, he should be indicted. The Justice Department said Michael Cohen had to go to jail for a plot in which he was coordinated and directed by individual number one. That individual was Donald Trump. So what's the argument that the guy who is coordinated and directed has to go to jail, but the guy who does the coordinating, does the directing, gets a pass? It shouldn't work that way in the United States of America.
All right, Congressman Adam Schiff, thank you so much. We appreciate you sharing your perspective, and good luck out on the campaign trail.
Thank you.